everyone, thanks for joining us again here at OTR TV. Again, this is Gary and I'm Ashley, and today we want to go a little bit more into non-recourse factoring, specifically comparing different non-recourse factoring programs. Gary, can you give us a quick little recap on non-recourse programs?
Yes. Non-recourse factoring allows a carrier to sell an invoice to a factor without the obligation of absorbing the unpaid invoices if, for instance, the customer slow pays or goes out of business. Now, this would exclude any invoices that later had carrier issues or claims on them. Now, of course, in your non-recourse program, it would be different from company to company. So actually, let's cover some of the things that would make it different. Let's say if you were working at OTR versus another factor.
Yeah, of course. Here at OTR, we have a true non-recourse program. That means that if you delivered that load clean, if you turned in all the paperwork required by the broker and you turned everything in on time, nothing went wrong on that load, you're going to turn it into us. We're going to get you paid and you're going to move on. You're never going to hear about that load again. That being said, OTR is assuming more of the risk, so your rate might be a little bit higher than some of the other non-recourse programs you see out there. Those other hybrid non-recourse programs do advertise a lower rate up front. They usually have chargebacks in your agreement. That's the best way to know if you're on a hybrid program or not. But in the end, you can actually end up paying more on a hybrid non-recourse program than you would with a true non-recourse.
How?
There are lots of different ways. So they could advertise a lower rate, but then you could have a monthly minimum where if you don't factor a certain amount each month, they're actually going to tack on a fee for that. So if you have a bad month, not only did you just have a bad month, but then you have to pay somebody because you didn't do very well. That just doesn't make sense. There could be invoice processing fees where they charge you just to submit your paperwork for you, just to send it all into the broker. They could have, a tiered rate system. I've heard of that before, where your rate is actually tied to the age of the invoice. So you do have a lower rate up front, but if that invoice hits, say, 45 days, they're going to tack on another % or, something similar to that. So you could actually end up paying much more on a hybrid non-recourse program just because of the fees that could add up there.
Wow. Does that sound complicating to you? Yes. It does to me. So at OTR Capital, we want to keep it simple for you.
We don't want you to have to break out a calculator to figure out your rate.
Exactly. There are no hidden surprises. With us, we give you that rate. The rate you see is the rate that you pay. With us as well at OTR Capital, we urge you to get an understanding before you sign that non-recourse agreement. In this digital age that we live in, I know it's easy for us to click and sign and agree things before we really get all the details or review the full contract. This is your money. Take the time and make sure you review that agreement before you sign. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Make sure you have a full understanding before you say yes, or you allow somebody to start purchasing invoices for you. Here at OTR Capital, we want to make sure that you have the opportunity to see something clearly transparent and know exactly what you're getting into before you say yes. If you have a question now and you are one of our clients, call us and we'd be glad to go through that contract with you
through the whole thing,
so you can get a full understanding. So our main thing today is making sure that you understand that there are differences from company to company, but make sure that you're getting what you're asking for and you understand that. If you have liked this video or if you see something today that you enjoyed, make sure you share it, make sure you add a comment, make sure you like it, subscribe to our page. We would love to have you a part of this community as we continue to grow and put out content for you. Anything else?
If you guys have any topics you want us to cover in a future episode, leave that in the comments for us as well. We'd love to know what you guys are more interested in learning.
I agree. With that being said, have a good one. We'll see you next time.
Bye.